person, Ugwu, and I lead the media operations at Ubiquity Holdings. Ubiquity is a media buying and events agency with full operations in Ghana and Sierra Leone, and we have affiliate operations in Nigeria, in Cameroon, and in Rwanda. In my role, I oversee the execution and delivery of out-of-home campaigns across all of our markets, ensuring that they run smoothly from the strategic planning phase up until the post-campaign analysis. My core task is driving efficiency and excellence and helping our clients make the best use and the most of their out-of-home investments. My journey into out-of-home actually began by chance. I always wanted to be a journalist, so I studied mass communication. However, right out of school, while still waiting for my final results, a family friend mentioned an internship opportunity at a media agency where she worked. She said the internship was for a media buying and monitoring executive, and I was like, okay, I could take that up in the meantime, and so I took the job. I started, a couple of months into it, I fell in love with the job, and the rest, like they say, is history. In the early days of my career, the biggest challenge I faced was dealing with non-compliance and out-of-home fraud, especially in remote and hard-to-monitor areas. There were issues of recurring doctored proof of performance reports, inconsistent campaign executions from out-of-home suppliers, and all of this just made it clear for me right from the start that there had to be a stronger and stricter oversight if campaign KPIs were to be achieved. Another key challenge was virtually non-existent planning data for out-of-home. You had historical data for radio, for TV to plan with, but for out-of-home, it felt like we were shooting blanks. We literally had to depend on our knowledge of key locations. We had to depend on vendor words to guide the selection of out-of-home locations. So some years back, we ran a campaign for a client who was entering the Ghanaian markets fresh, and their core focus was on out-of-home. It was a major campaign, actually. It had about 500 billboards nationwide, and monitoring for an outdoor campaign of that scale was daunting. And the experience from that execution motivated me to focus on developing a platform that would leverage technology for real-time verification and reporting for out-of-home executions. And I have continued on that trajectory. Implementing stricter compliance checks, collaborating closely with vendors to ensure transparency and accountability across all campaigns. One of my proudest moments was leading the implementation of this standardized compliance and verification system across all of our out-of-home campaigns at Ubiquity. And it has significantly reduced reporting discrepancies, and it has improved accountability, especially in remote regions. And so seeing the measurable impact of this on campaign quality and client trust has been incredibly rewarding. I believe my work has contributed to raising the bar for operational transparency and accountability in the out-of-home industry. And by implementing more rigorous compliance frameworks and leveraging data to improve campaign execution, I have helped build greater trust with clients, set a higher standard for performance and compliance with out-of-home vendors, even though some of them do not like me for it, but yes. And particularly in a market like ours where oversight has traditionally been a challenge. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is that patience, attention to detail, and proactive communication are very, very critical to successful out-of-home executions. the industry moves fast and involves many moving parts. So anticipating challenges, staying adaptable, and building strong relationships with partners are key to maintaining quality and delivering consistent results for clients. We're currently working with a QSR client on an out-of-home positioning project that's deeply tasking, but it's highly exciting as well. So this client is keen on leveraging location and consumer data, layered with relevant points of interest and key competitor hotspots to drive their out-of-home strategy. And there's a keen emphasis on innovative executions. For me, this project will push the boundaries of out-of-home execution, and I am loving it. The project is still in progress, so I cannot delve into details, but it's the kind of work that I live to do. This is going to be one for the books. Out-of-home has always been a male-dominated subset of the advertising industry, with the perception that the nuances in the out-of-home space will make it tough for women to survive and excel. In recent times, however, the role of women in the space is evolving. We have more women stepping into leadership and technical roles, and there's a growing recognition of the value that women bring to the industry, both in creativity, insights, and in driving professional excellence. I believe this shift is paving the way for a more inclusive and dynamic future in the African out-of-home space. My advice to young women entering the out-of-home industry is to be confident in their voice, stay curious, and never stop learning. Build strong networks, seek out mentors, and don't shy away from challenging roles, especially in operations where women are still underrepresented. If anybody can do it, you can do it. Your perspective is valuable, and with consistency, resilience, you can help shape the future of out-of-home in Africa. Looking ahead, I'm focused on scaling our out-of-home audience data to guide in strategy and planning across more African markets. I'm also passionate about mentoring emerging talents in the out-of-home space, especially female talents, and contributing to industry-wide efforts that promote transparency, innovation, and inclusion.